Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. But first, let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Pretty comfortable. How about a 69 high and a low 50? Rain coming through, and we need a little bit of rain, so we're glad to get it. It's not going to stick around too long, hopefully, in this area, but it's going to be good for us. Our all co-electrical contractors' water temperature at the end of the pier is 66.7. So that's it's getting warm pretty quick. And again, remember now, it's the third fog in March. It's not the third fog in February. I've talked to several people about that, and a lot of them just thought it was third fog, you know. But anyway, we'll talk more about that in March. River reading brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola, the Apalachicola Bluntstown, an even 8 foot, pretty steady right there. And the Choctaw Caryville, a 4.8, and it's going up with a little bit of rain. Okay, and the tide chart. Not much tide today. Basically, a low this morning about 7:06 and a high tonight 11:01. Not much tidal flow, and the winds now is just the opposite of yesterday. It's going to be coming northwest at 5 to 10. Remember, yesterday it was blowing strong out of the south at about 15 to 20. So it's come through and it's going to switch around. So that's nature. It's something we can't control, but something we can admire. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We, talking about the kayak tournament this past weekend and how many folks got out there and did all the fishing, and it's really cool. And I really was impressed with it. It made me feel good. But I found the list of winners. I wanted to give credit to the winners, the tournament winners. Okay, this was first place with 44 inches. But look at second place, Greg Frady. Look at fifth place, Rich Frady, and seventh place. Anyway, the Frady boys did good. So that was a 44.5, and then you see all the different sizes on that. That was from the Panama City Kayak Fishing Association. So get up with those guys if you want to get into it. And Trent got 10th place there, so recognize a lot of those names. Good job. Okay, all kind of pictures. This was interesting. This really from our O search. But this is one that was tagged. Okay, this is right at 14 foot, 1,600 pound shark. It was tagged January 17th, right off the St. Augustine, Florida-Georgia border. And you see that we got a tag on. Anyway, that's a huge one to tag. I didn't get the details. I can't get into the path of them. I'm going to check him out though, named Contender. I won't read the whole thing. Basically, the fish kill from that cold weather we had, unprecedented cold weather in Louisiana. Okay, it happened in 2021 in Texas, if you remember. Texas lost millions of fish, and in Florida, we lost some here. But Louisiana now is the same situation as Texas and Florida. They lost redfish, sheephead, and trout. And the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, they just did a stock assessment on the black drum, and anyway, everything's complicated now. But anyway, here's some pictures, and what a shame. We had the same thing here, but our fish were smaller that were killed, but these are some big fish. I know a lot of folks enjoy going to Louisiana and go fishing out there. And there's snow in the marsh areas of Louisiana. That's weird, isn't it? And here's some more pictures too. I know Greg and Bill just went out there last week and had a good trip on catching speckled trout and redfish, and they're going to come on the show next week and talk about it. Okay, the rodeo is right around the corner. We talk about this every year. The Shadow Shriners Rodeo, March 7th and 8th, and it's going to be at the Panhandle Fairgrounds, and we'll have more information on it. We're going to put that on the calendar, March 7th and 8th. And those folks do a good job. The Shriners do. All right, we're going to be talking about Valentine's. And here's something, spoil her with something expensive this Valentine's Day. And she's saying, I didn't know you cared me, you love that much. So that's cool. So anyway, let's see, Dave Borges sent this to me, and it's built. Now I don't know if this is true. It was built at 8 feet off the ground 40 years ago, and it just kept going up. I certainly will not ever go up in something like that. Thank you, Dave. And this we're talking about that was last night. So, all right, this is interesting. My biggest fear, I would say one of my biggest fears, is that my fishing spot will go from this. My biggest fear is my fishing spot will go from this to this. Is that not true here in the Florida Panhandle? Are we not seeing so much of this going on? And we got to remember that phrase we just came up with this past fall during election: tap the brakes. Tap the brakes. You know what I mean? I just saw this picture. It was so cool. This is German short hair. I had one German short hair, and he was the sweetest and smartest dog. I mean, he was so good. I always had labs, but somehow I remember I got this one. But isn't this so typical? He got that pheasant mounted on the wall, and he's pointed, and he knows he knows it's real. Okay, Kenny Bostrick sent this to me. Hey, Winston, for a beekeeper, the first signs of spring is a red maple blooming. It gives nectar and pollen for bees to start building for spring. Since Hurricane Michael, there are a few left in my neighborhood, and easy to recognize with a large red bloom. So we're always looking for outdoor topics, and we sure are, Kenny. And you can see, okay, blow it up, you can start seeing it blooming. And what a beautiful tree. Thank you, Kenny, for sharing that with us. Okay, here's another Valentine's Day gift. Same theme this year. Okay, this is, hey Winston, I wanted to put in a pretty bayou. There's only parking for 3 trailers. Developers, there's no parking signs all along the roads in the area. I was there last year. They're putting in a new floating dock. The cost was $65,000, but only 3 people can park there, basically. So what we're talking about over that pretty bayou area off Michigan Avenue, I fished out of there. And it's a no-win situation. We always love to talk about win-win situations. This is just a no-win situation. The ramp has been there forever. Always been ample parking, but over the years it's built up, and then we had more fishermen, and some of the fishermen parking their trailers in front of people's houses, and I could understand them getting upset about it. But that's sort of a large vacant lot that sort of people parked on the side, and over many years it worked out. They could just put off to the side there, park the trailer. Now they're developing that. We just showed the picture of what could happen. So from what he's saying, I haven't been over there. I'm gonna go check it out on the 3 parking spots. So I don't know the solution to that. I really don't. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. To tag on what I was just talking about before the break right there. I want to show you, I pulled up Google Earth during the break. I want to show you exactly the place I'm talking about, because I know you folks out of town, I don't know where it is, but it's important to all of us as outdoorsmen, saving our boat ramps. And here, okay, I'm going to zoom into it. Okay, here, that's the Hathaway Bridge on the left from Gulf Coast College. So I'm going to sort of zoom in to the pretty bayou area. It's going to be in the center. Okay, I'm going to zoom on in. That's pretty bayou. It is a pretty bayou. Okay, but that's Michigan Avenue. You take a right there in the center. I'm gonna pull it on up. And this, okay, exactly what I'm talking about. You see the ramp right there in the center. To the left, there's all that wooded area, and you can see it's a great picture of what I was just talking about. People would park their trucks and trailers and all right there along the side. But now what has happened, they're actually developing that, okay, and there's no parking signs all over the place, and these folks across the road, you don't want to park in front of their yard, and I can understand that. And so there's only 3, supposedly they made 3 spots, which is crazy, because this is a great place to fish out of, because you can catch fish in pretty bayou, and I've caught them. I'm going to show you a good fishing area. I'm going to show you this dock right here. This area right here, some people are going to be mad at me. That dock right there in the center, okay? I have caught some nice fish right there off that point, coming right there in the center. Nice fish, because what has happened, the fish can come in right in there, and also I've caught some nice redfish, believe it or not. Right there's that grassy area, that little flat right there. They're coming in the channel. Don't get me started. This is not the Friday fishing report, but look at all those docks to fish by. But see, on the three, okay, but on the three people can fish there, so it's not going to be much. There won't be much pressure. All right, I want to go to Valentine's. That's tomorrow, guys, and you make sure you get something nice. So I'm thinking about it. I got tickled. I always get tickled doing this kind of stuff. I always make out a list of 10 things to get, and of course some of them sort of maybe not. You may not want to get them. I'm gonna give 10 real quick.
2 days.
Do what?
You got 2 days. It's Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2 days. I'm rushing it. Thank you, Jeff. We may have 2 Valentine's Day. All right, we'll go. Number one, I'm going to remind you again tomorrow. Number one, of course, the candy and flowers. That goes without saying. You got to get candy and flowers. I mean, that's important. I love going outside and picking flowers, but this time of year, there's no flowers to pick. So just try to get some. And they're so convenient at so many different places to pick out. All right, number 2, hey, how about a new golf cart? And you don't have to play golf, but so many people now are using these golf carts to run around the neighborhood or going down to different places. And new golf carts, that's something nice. And they're really, the prices aren't too bad. Number 3, a state park pass. Okay, and that's something, I talk about that a lot. That state park pass for the whole year is something really cool to get. All right, now, some kind of outdoor clothing or sunglasses or sun hat or something really pretty. Outdoor clothing you can get at Blue Water or down at Sunjammers. They have a lot of selection of clothing now. All right, number 5, this is something they appreciate. In fact, I got Gail this for Christmas, so how about a year's worth of car washes? Okay, you go to the car wash and just get a whole year and get a wash as many times you want to that year. And that's a good one. That's very thoughtful. Number 6, how about an outdoor trip? Just take off in the outdoors and, honey, where do you want to go in the outdoors? And okay, how about I wrote down, how about a lot of people now going to the Keys and go lobstering in the Keys, and the thing about it, you just drive down and you can go with a captain or rent a boat or something. I know a lot of folks do that. How about going up to Alaska or out west and fly fishing up in the mountains, up in the Carolinas, and all kind of outdoor trips outdoor ladies like to do. Number 7, honey, I just bought you 20 acres. You do what you want to. You plant flowers on there, plant corn for your deer, or whatever you want to. Just go buy 20 acres. That's a good present. Number 8, how about a puppy? I mean, a puppy. It's hard to beat that. That's just a gift that keeps on giving. And you let her name them, but I'm gonna go. I don't have time now. I'll go to the names of all my dogs I had in the past. That's something cute. Number 9, a new boat, freshwater, saltwater. Don't have to be big fancy boats. Just something, a new boat or something new for her. If she likes the boat you have, buy something new for the boat you have for Valentine's. Of course, always a fallback, and I used to never list this in gifts, is that gift card at your favorite outdoor place. So anyway, those are the things that you can get. So we'll talk about that later on, and y'all send me some pictures of things you got your wife for the outdoors for Valentine's. Okay, moving on. I ran across all kinds of things on Facebook. I ran across this other night. This is good. The biggest Super Bowl in history going on in D.C. right now. It's the Patriots versus the Steelers, and see how the Steelers name. I thought this is very appropriate for what's going on. It's amazing what they're coming up with. We all knew that, but now we proved it. Okay, I've done that one. Here are the kayak guys. If I showed this, okay, these are the guys at the kayak trip. Okay, again, that was just some good. All right, I took this. I was down. This is down in St. Andrew at the ramp down there, and that was well built. But over the years, it starts, the wear and tear constantly. And this is one of the best fishing spots in the area. That corner right there, you're facing the beach, and that's the pass out to the left. This is in St. Andrews, and let's see. Okay, I did a little. Yesterday afternoon, I actually ran down there, and I was in the neighborhood. So when I'm in the neighborhood, I like to go by the ramp, see who's fishing, or by the docks. But anyway, you see where it's just washed out? So do not enter, of course, and it's just crumbled underneath. And this is coming from the water flow. That's a shipyard up on top, so you're facing Hathaway Bridge. Look at all this damage. And they tried to, I don't know how they're going to repair that. Not for public, don't you hate to see a sign where you can go fishing that says not for public use? Go back over it again. And I was really surprised to see this. I wasn't expecting it. So anyway, they're going to get in there. The city, that's the city's responsibility to come in there and fix that. And here's a, let's see, I went the other way on this one, just showing you. I wanted to show you the condo there. That's where the Ware family landed and helped found St. Andrew where the place. There's Billy Archer's boat right there. And they're doing a lot of work down. See the other end down there? They're redoing all of the boards and everything on the dock. The Gorman had the contract to that. Anyway, okay. And here's what. So some of y'all going to do. If you buy a new boat, she's going to be so happy. But you want to buy a bunch of roses if you buy yourself a new boat. Oh my goodness, he bought a new boat. This is coming up this weekend. Now, our sister, or Gail's sister, and her husband have done a great backyard bird count. And they're going to do it. They used to do it at Christmas time, but this is coming up February 14th through 17th. This is cool. Join bird enthusiasts. And here's what you do. You watch birds for 15 minutes on one or more days. That's not hard to do. You count the birds you see and identify them. Report your findings to help scientists track. And here's a bird count right here. And here's the good thing about that. We don't know all those birds that are out there, but you can identify them with the apps now. The app will identify the bird. You take a picture of it, it will identify it. And I was at the Cape the other day, and the morning was so peaceful and quiet. And I just did a count. Gail has the app that did a count. It was like, I heard 14 birds in like a 20-minute period, 14 different birds on the back porch. That's cool. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. I should just say just one time. And looking at today, it was going to be 11:53 to 1:53. Like I said yesterday, sort of correlates with the full moon and coming in there with all that light coming on at night. Jeff and I just started looking at our calendar. Folks, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. It's hard to keep up with the days. You do this every day and all. They sort of all run together. So Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Today's Thursday. In fact, on the outline here, Gail writes what day it is, so we know today's Thursday. Okay, so here we go. Let's add a couple of names to the pickle jar. How about Jerry Roberts from Port St. Joe? It's right here, Jerry. Appreciate you watching. And from St. Andrews, John Tiller. Okay, so if you send me something, if you send it in, and I haven't added it, let me know. I'm running, some days I do it the next day, some days it's a week later, so just try to do the best I can. Talking about a bird count, I was serious about participating in that. It's just something cool, and we may do it. You got 3 days to do it. You send all the information in. I don't know if this is different from the Audubon. Audubon may still do theirs in the Christmas Audubon bird count. Here basically, here it is right here. Decide where you're going to do it. Watch birds for 15 minutes, at least once in a 4-day period, and then it just tells you how to do it. So in groups, you can do it in groups of people, or you can do it in the backyard. Anyway, that's just cool. That's all across. All right, coming up next week, you've seen it. We ran the spot yesterday. Just started running it. We're going to talk about it more next week. But this is at Riverfest coming up next week, next Saturday. It's a 1-day event. Next Saturday in Bluntstown from 10 to 6, and it really this thing has really grown. It really has. I want to hats off to the hard work they've done over there. And here's the schedule. 10:30. I got something at 10:30, 11:30 mud pie eating contest, and just all kinds of things. We're going to talk about it more, and then some concerts starting at 4. Grace and Grit and riverfront picking. This is really cool, and little kid fishing stage up there. So we're looking forward to that, and it's going to be a lot of fun talking about it. And it just talks about tickets. Tickets are $5. Cash only. That's refreshing. Cash only. So anyway, we'll talk more about that. One of my former girls, Angie Howell Coughlin, I've shown a picture with Dick Steiner, and they're fishing at Beach Access 86, and she's a good fishing girl. And look at that pompano she caught the other day. 19 inches, it was it was 4.79 pounds. That is a fine one. Angie, I'm proud of you just sticking in there and just going for the flat out enjoyment of it. And I know you enjoyed eating that. That's one of the early pompanos. That one had to stick around all winter, I promise you. So he just didn't go down there. Our good friend Tess Randall Jolly up there in North Alabama, she'll post a picture, but she only posts, she takes so many pictures. She's a professional photographer. I've talked about her before. Look, she's talking about those crystals and the feathers of bouncing light. And a professional, I'm going to try to zoom in and see what we're talking about. Okay, see right there? She caught that big gobbler in the sunlight and fluffed out and just sort of reflecting the sunlight. Is that not a beautiful picture right there? Professional. Good job, Tess. And listen, this is over in West Georgia. This company, they have caught, this is the 100th coyote we've caught off this farm up there. They're doing it 5 years, and like I say, the predators there are something else. Just a quick collage of what's going on at the Jetta Short real quick. Sean Beru posted this on Panama City Fishing. He released the red, the current wasn't strong, caught a mangrove snapper, and saw a lot of sheephead, but didn't catch any. He said he tried to, but anyway, what a pretty way. I've got to close, we're running out of time. We've got tomorrow now, be Famous Friday fishing forecast and some giveaways. Y'all do something good for someone else today. You have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.